Surfers. It's another edition of So Wave Reacts. And I'm Kayla.
Tracy Cosette.
Popo, aka Malice.
Off to the side over there.
Yeah, I'm just here as the spirit because I've seen these videos. So
yeah, we haven't seen all the videos that we've done. Obviously, we waited and haven't seen. We waited for you guys to do reactions for.
Look at our dedication. Oh my
Which
God.
is really hard. Like, especially for you for VAP and me for Tan. Like, I'm surprised. I was just like,
I'm sorry.
I literally could have.
Yeah, know how hard.
Like,
I mean,
really
I didn't
hard.
want to watch it when it came out anyway because I was it was too raw and the news of Young. Yeah, I was a mess. So
I have a lot of feelings. Anyway, that's not important, right? Sorry, Tan. Like, I'm so surprised at myself. I'm so surprised at you too that we waited so long. Like, it really, I think it's
because they're our faves and we just know they're gonna slay us. So we're fine with a few more days of life.
Yeah. I'm fine living a little longer. All right. So this is actually we're watching BTOB. I'll Be Your Man.
BTOB.
BTOB.
Are you a fan of BTOB? Because I don't know. They're a boy group. Obviously, I don't know.
I've seen them live. They're pretty good.
All right.
BTOB is cool, I guess.
So we are going in pretty much without an opinion, so to speak.
So this is a recommendation for me.
Okay.
This is a Popo recommendation.
Yep, because subscribers wanted to...
Oh, they wanted us to react to this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because after BAP came out, B2B also came out with a song, and they was like, hey, please check it out. And I checked it out, and I was like...
You liked it?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's do it.
Oh, I forgot that you could do that.
Guess not this time.
More guns.
I don't know where you are, but
she's from CLC. Her name's Elkia? Elkia? Something like that.
Okay.
Making confessions.
I'm more impressed so far with the vocals than in the music video.
Do you hear my cry? Pray for her back every night. Promise you that I'm a better man. Won't never let her go. No, not again.
Yes. I don't get how the army and the church connect. Like, I don't get the video.
Church and state?
Oh, like maybe they're banned from going to the church?
Yeah, maybe.
They're living in a dictatorship?
Or I will pray to be with you even though we're fighting in this war. Maybe. I'll be there for you.
We're in the season of plot twists.
That she's really in the army and it's gonna kill him. That's what's gonna happen.
Is she an illusion?
She's their glimmer of hope in dark times.
What the hell? She called it.
I've seen this movie.
With the betrayer.
I mean, like I said, I think I appreciate the vocals more than I appreciate the video.
Yeah, the vocals are good.
Yeah.
Vocals were good.
So, one question I wanted to...
Definitely not playing this. Definitely not playing that.
No.
Definitely not.
All right, so the one question that I wanted to bring up, different from my reaction video, right? Like, why I did enjoy mainly the last part of the song, because that's called a collusion, where it's a new verse against the chorus. Mm-hmm. This officially is Cube Entertainment's, I guess you would say, boy group that's left in the company.
Right.
I mean, there's Pentagon. They have made their debut. However, BTOB, this is it now.
I didn't watch Pentagon's stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
So what's the question?
So, what do you think Cube is gonna do? I mean,
you think this is enough to keep them?
No.
I mean, BTOB has been, they switched their style. I mean, I'm not even on camera, but BTOB has switched their style to use ballads. Right? Mm-hmm. BTOB has switched their style to use ballads, right?
Right.
We do know, of course, ballads chart higher in Korea.
Right.
Right? Now, I mean, this was released with a lot of competition. Mm-hmm. There was BAP that came out. There was, who else had a song that day? Mamamoo came out the same day.
Twice is out.
And
Blackpink, Tan. These are all bigger names.
I mean, the only competition they had to deal with was Tan.
See, it's funny that you say that, because actually Mamamoo and Twice are actually beating her for top spot.
Yeah.
It's going a three-way back and forth.
It's really?
Listen,
yeah. But I also feel like there has been a fall out of love with Tan. And Girls' Generation as a whole.
It makes sense that Twice is a monster. It makes sense. I just didn't know Mamamoo would be...
No, Mamamoo and Twice, it's literally one or the other right now.
And Blackpink is right there.
EXO's subunit has still... I don't know if they even won yet because of Twice and Mamamoo. Yeah. So, I don't know. And Blackpink...
It's just Mamamoo doesn't get that type of... So that makes me very, very, very happy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, like I said this all the time, I don't pay attention to charts like that. Like, I only pay attention when I'm forced to and I have to drag other people's face for coming for mine. Mm-hmm. I don't really care about charts. Mm-hmm. Like, good music is good music. Yeah. So I didn't know that Mamamoo was, dominating like that. That's amazing.
It was, when Tan came out, she hit the top of the charts and fell off by Twice.
Yeah, Twice.
Then it's Twice. It's going Twice, Tan, Mamamoo for the top spot.
Yeah.
And, it's just, it just shows that, number one...
These girl groups are out here.
Yeah.
That's amazing that girls are kicking ass right now.
Yeah, well, girls dominated the year. But that does bring up the question. Cube Entertainment does have a girl group, CLC. They had one in 4 minutes.
I think they broke up.
No, they're still...
That's IOI.
That's
IOI is going to be breaking up next year. Right?
Right.
IOI still was a monster, but their promotions are now officially done. Wow. For the most part.
Right.
So, Cube Entertainment has B2B. Beast is making their own company. They can't keep the name, which is sad.
Yes and no. Sometimes you need a name change to show this is a new chapter in our life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Beast, that's like...
I know, that's what you know them for.
They're one of the first groups that I got into when I got into K-pop.
I personally feel... if cards are played right, they could try and fight and win for the usage of the name.
They wouldn't need it at this point.
Yeah.
Because they already are big in Japan, and if they would be like, hey, our name is, I don't know, spell Beast backwards.
Yeah.
Right.
It wouldn't matter. But with B2B,
they're good, but they've never been like...
They haven't broke the ceiling.
They haven't broke the ceiling.
They're not 4 minute. They're not 4 minute. They're not Beast. They're not Hana. It's just...
But even 4 minute wasn't doing that well.
Actually, they were.
Were they?
They were.
They
on the charts and sales.
There are reasons why 4 minute has disbanded.
But why weren't people showing up for them? Because remember we had this conversation before.
People
their fans weren't visible.
It's people get complacent.
That's also on the fault of the company that runs their promotions, aka
it's all about promotions. I will always say that it's all about promotions.
HQ have been detrimental towards all the artists.
Yep.
Like when people ask, how come you don't promote BTOB as much, and you promote them during the hellstorm that is November.
Yeah.
This is a hellish month. November last year was hell because that's when everyone and their mother wanted to come back.
What happened last November?
Last November we had BAP came back. We had Girls' Generation.
BAP came back.
TTS.
But TTS didn't come back. But TTS did a Christmas comeback. I don't ever, like I said,
but
those things
still,
like that. It is hard, but for things like that, I don't.
Was it last year?
Last November.
That's Young, Wild and Free.
It was November.
Yes, 11/11.
You're right, nigga.
I'll never forget.
You're right.
Speaking of 11/11,
why do I feel like it was January every time I?
Well, because February was when they released
February.
Feel So Good. And then Carnival came afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
Carnival.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got really corny there. My bad.
You know, I feel bad. I'm just saying I feel bad for BTOB and I feel bad for their fans because they just are getting try and stick all the time. Like the ballad songs, this is what BTOB has become. And for marketing reasons, it's what will get them on the charts.
It's sad because BTOB, BTOB as I like to call them, that's a name of endearment. I think that they have solid, like, it's not my favorite, but they have solid music and solid talent. And you got people out here like this group that put out absolute trash.
I haven't seen that music video, by the way.
Can we watch that?
No, we're not watching that. We're not watching that.
Why? Now I want to watch it.
No.
Please?
We're not going to even name the group because...
But I know I want to.
I made a video about...
I want to.
Listen, I made a video about... like what happens when I don't like your favorite group, like and how people how people reacted to that. I'm like, listen, if I don't like the group, I've been waiting since they debuted for a jam, and I got one.
You got to do that video, and I wasn't a part of it. You know how I feel about them.
No, it wasn't about them. Well, I didn't know.
It wasn't about them.
No, all right. They released a video last summer, and I'm like, if this is what you guys want to promote, like, you're not. Yeah, and I'm like, they're not going to be. If they wanted them to be one of the next generation groups, and we're not talking about BTOB, this is another boy group.
We're talking about somebody else.
And another company.
Shade.
Right? And I was like, if this company, which is a big company, wanted this group to be a big group,
they stopped giving them trash music.
They gave them one jam that I like. To me, one jam last year that was. That was a jam.
It was a jam. It was a jam.
But before that,
I don't have an opinion. I have an opinion, but I don't have a full.
Can we watch it just for shits and giggles?
All right, but wait, let's finish this.
Let's not disrespect BTOB right now.
Yeah, let's finish BTOB.
My point was that you got groups out here that don't have solid music, and I mean, okay, I'm not gonna be a hater. Mm-hmm. Basically, I don't want to be a hater. I just feel like they're a solid group with really good talent. And I mean,
the group that you're talking about?
Or BTOB.
Oh, you're talking about BTOB now. Okay.
Right. And I feel like it's like, come on, man.
But this is a common thing in the Korean popular music industry. You have groups that are being wasted.
I think also visually it's like they don't pop.
Yeah, I can say that this.
So I think it's like if you don't pop in their face like that, then you don't.
Yeah, people are sleeping too much. They've been sleeping in a lot of groups. They've been sleeping.
They've been sleeping and playing that media game.
Yeah. They sleep on BAP, and then you got this group and this group. I mean,
all right,
whatever.
yeah, we're not. All right, no more. No more.
Honestly, yeah, I really
shade to
like
the other groups.
I don't care. I'm allowed to shade sometimes. I'm a good person.
I know.
And I keep my mouth closed. And both of those fandoms try my groups all the time, but I keep my mouth closed because my friends are in those fandoms. I try to respect them. But guess what? Trash.
All right, but
BTOB
the music, not the people. I wasn't.
And I'm gonna say this.
Yikes!
It always takes a lot for a boy group to impress me. This is mediocre. And I know. I kind of have a higher standard when it comes to boy groups because it really does take a lot to catch my attention. But doesn't that say something too that this is kind of Cube's last legs, and you can't even turn someone who isn't a fan into a fan?
So what is
when this is all you've got?
Well, we could watch what Pentagon's doing if you want, but that's another video
you threw out CLC. Hana's last comeback was fine. Like.
All right. Well,
my advice for BTOB is what they might be taking the same road as Beast and leave. I think
but where they're gonna go, what they're gonna do? Who's gonna pick them up?
Why isn't anyone starting their own companies? Why isn't anyone releasing music on SoundCloud and YouTube? Why isn't anyone doing their own thing?
That's what Bobby did.
Remember when artists used to do that? When artists used to create
but they put out their own music.
Remember?
And I think B2B has made enough money. They should have been past the breaking point for a while. And I think they made enough money to be like, hey, if members, if all 7 of them wanted to leave, that they could, form their own group. Yeah. I mean, it only costs, what is it? I mean, in the U.S., it's like $175 to make your own company, a paper company, and then of course it's music. You could just rent studio.
But isn't Chance the Rapper not signed to any
label? And he's
also
one of the
easier here though.
It's easier here.
Different.
But I understand that.
Not
but
easier,
again,
but it's like
if no one's making the move to make a movement to make a change, this shit is gonna keep happening. Yeah. If everyone.
But also, if your company's not paying you well and you depend on them for lodging and food and transportation and everything, you don't want to disappoint your parents.
No, this is
like
very
it's a lot of different things that go into it.
You're right. But let's take a look at let's take a look at the music movement of the late '60s and early '70s, especially in New York. A lot of the punk movement started from bands that didn't have shit.
Yeah, but
it's different here. This is Korea.
Yeah,
it's different.
But I know. But again, it's people who need to take the risk. If you don't,
I get what you're saying, but you're still comparing. It's not fair to compare our taking a risk to their taking a risk. I mean, it's different factors and different things that go into taking a risk like that.
And I fully understand that, but it's. Again,
Beast is taking a risk.
Yeah.
Right now.
Beast is taking a risk.
Not everybody's equipped to do that.
Yeah,
exactly. Beat what BTOB, I'm going to call them that because their other name confuses me, is not at the place that Beast is at. They're not. Beast can make Block B at the time. I don't think they were able to take the risk, but they did it because their name was still their name. Yeah. BTOB doesn't have it like that.
They don't.
Beast can charge $200,000 for a concert.
Right.
Per appearance.
I don't know.
And you can split that evenly now between 6 people plus the company. B2B, they have. I don't even know if they've reached $100,000 per appearance.
No, I fully understand this. Having a name obviously makes things a lot easier for people, but not everyone starts out with a name.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Not everyone starts out with a name, and they're kind of in a position where they sort of have a name and can still carry those fans over.
I mean, it's. I get what you're saying.
It's
just it's hard. It's different. Like you look at BAP. I mean, they did something that people don't dare to do, and they wrote they dead ass were like, we're not playing with y'all, bitch. Better have my money. They weren't playing, and the reason why they went back is because they got their motherfucking money back. And they're able to. But it's that was hard. They were gone almost a year and a half,
and it did hurt, and it hurt them.
It hurt them because look,
hiatus is hurt.
No, they do.
Block B, I don't think is the same.
I don't know. I personally feel. A change, even comparatively, change always needs to start somewhere. If you're passionate enough about what you're doing,
the system needs to change.
And someone needs to let the system know it needs to change.
Yeah.
If you only have BAP making a stand and no one else is making that stand with BAP, it literally goes on deaf ears.
Yeah. Their pain, with the broadcasting companies
their pain and what they've gone through, that hiatus, that hurt. No one else is going to feel it because no one else is willing to take the risk that they took. So that means what they've done, yes, it kind of started a silent movement, but if no one else is kind of continuing to whisper or starting to shout it out or talk about it, honestly, we're not going to see this ever again. It kind of started with BAP, will end with BAP. Mm-hmm. Because no one else is willing to take... That's kind of what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. These were young men who had a name, and they chose to fight for their rights. And there are other women and men, of course, in the industry where we've seen fight for their rights. But if not enough people are willing to also take that risk, it's literally going to be the same thing happening over and over and over again.
Well, we had, DBSK took that risk, and we've had people take that risk. You see what happens.
It's the broadcast. It comes down the broadcast.
You also BP is different because they stuck together.
The money.
There's a lot of different factors. Yeah, the power of money. And they didn't start their own company. They went back to TS.
Yeah.
And that people didn't like that. There was certain people, a lot of babies were like, I'm not fucking with y'all no more. There are a lot of people left the fandom. They were like, how could y'all go back to them?
Yeah.
After all that. So.
But I always feel like, okay, let's take Cher, for example. Cher started out as a second, Sunny and Cher. Cher's been through so many reinventions, but if she didn't take the chance to do the reinventions and changing her music, she wouldn't be the icon she is today. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Especially at a time, being bred in the 60s, at a time where even being a woman, you still had to fight. You're still, as women, we're still fighting. You know, I know a lot about her career because, like, she's my god. But she went through so much diversity and so much backlash for a lot of the stuff that even in her private life, where if she wasn't the type of person to continue to push through, then of course she wouldn't be the icon she is today. You understand what I'm saying? I think that's where my mentality is.
I get it.
Where where you're passionate enough about what you're doing, you're gonna walk through the fire. You're gonna keep walking through the fire until you're able to heal your wounds.
I mean, our culture is a very pull yourself up by your bootstraps culture, rebel against the system type of culture. Even if they put women down for doing it, we still get praised for doing it, and we still do it. And in Korea, in South Korea, it's not like that. When you buck up against the system, it doesn't look well. It doesn't look good on you. You look like you're
you have the mandatory Korean military.
Right. There's a lot of different factors. I think that's the things we need to, like, you're right. It needs to be a change that happens, but I feel like comparing it to us kind of diminishes and takes away from the factors and why they don't do it the way we do it.
I see what you're saying. I can agree with it to a point. But I don't know. Me personally, I always feel like if someone doesn't take a stand and fight the power in any place that you're at, if there isn't that one person, no matter where you're from, and yes, this could be coming from my American mentality and how I was raised, and of course maybe my mentality would be slightly different or completely different if I was born and raised in South Korea or anywhere else, but I'm always for the small person shouting out, getting a group of small people continuing to shout out, because if we don't raise our voices, if we do not band together, and this is going on a broad scope of a lot of things that are happening in the world today, change will never happen. You are going to be resigned to what the bigger companies and what everyone else is. You're going to continue to fall for the traps. That's kind of what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying. I think it's happening. I just think the pace and the way it looks is going to be different from ours. Yeah, definitely. And we can't expect the way they do change to look like ours.
Yeah.
I think we need to respect their stories and the way that they organize change and the way that they go about, you know, resisting their systems, because we do things differently. We have different freedoms when we resist in our systems.
We should just call this a real talk, honestly. It went from a reaction to a real talk, but you know, this is kind of what we do. So, but you know,
let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think. You know,
BTOB, good old BTOB. Yeah, I'll be your man.
They open up this discussion, but because there's just so much.
I'm all for talent continuing to grow.
I hope they continue to grow, and I hope that Cube puts effort into them, so they don't lose them either.
Cube's parent company, because
IHQ.
Yeah, because they're the one who owns 70% of Cube, and they're the ones who made decisions.
Yikes.
But we can't expose that, but you know, it's all good.
I kind of want to, can we place a bet for when BTOB is going to disband? And I'm sorry to say that,
no.
But from the way their company's going.
But thanks for watching our video.
No, that was a shot to the company, not even to them. I believe that these boys want to be together and continue to create music, but let's face it, look at the company that they're in.
Yeah, I'll say it like this. Melodies, you guys love B2B to death. They don't need to be in Cube Entertainment to still be the same old B2B and make the music that they want to do.
I think you all love them regardless.
Yeah.
It's like with the
and no matter where they go, their fans going to be there. Because I was ready for wherever BEP was going to go. Yeah. I was ready. I said, you're going to start your own company. Y'all going to go on SoundCloud. Y'all going to do concerts in the street. A bitch will be there. I will get a blanket and lay on the concrete. Yeah. Give me a show. Like,
I will follow Jessica to the ends of the earth. Like, when you're a fan and you support them, who they are with, what company they're under, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter as long as you support them and they know that.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'll check you guys soon.